well, hell and swell. I hope all my audio is correct and everything. Hey man, thank y'all for tuning in. Oh man, it is some stuff going on right now on my phone. It is some stuff going on right now on my phone. Hey man, thank y'all. Welcome to the Father's Day show once again. Woo! We live in here, baby. Listen, I want to thank each and every single one of y'all for tuning in to today's show. How you doing, Auntie? How you doing? Let me know if the audio is all good. Let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know if you can hear my voice well. Let me know if the pictures, everything is straight and set up for you guys appropriately. If you guys are watching, man, join the discussion, man. We're on YouTube and Facebook right now, streaming live. You can tune into the chat and have a piece of the discussion of this tonight's show. Tonight's show is gonna be a little somber, I guess. I've been wanting to use the word somber for a long time, man. But before I go get started into today's topic, man, I want to thank you guys for watching. We stream every Sunday. The show is supposed to start at 7:30 to 8, but they had some issues with some family members right now. They got stranded on the side of the road, and I had to go help them jump start the car. We had some issues with the car, and I had to do a little bit of handiwork in the middle of the night. But we did get that situation straight and settled, and they are home safely. And so I'm here a little later than normal, but the show still will go on. If you guys are new to the channel, man, please consider subscribing, following us on Facebook, subscribing on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click on type in SPMediaTV with no spaces, SPMediaTV. Click on the channel page, go to the playlist, and find the Father's Day playlist, and you'll find all the content for this show. As well, man, spread the content, man. We're trying to grow with a new channel here, new setup, new concept, and please share this on your pages and make sure that we can get this message out to as many people as we can so they can tune into the discussion as well. So we're gonna get right into it, man. Today's show, because I'm late, I'm not gonna be too long. I'm gonna be going through this kind of fast, but I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. Let me go ahead and check my feed real quick. Give me a quick second. I gotta pull up something. I'm using my phone is on some other stuff right now. I got some stuff going on my phone that's so funny, yo. But we gonna try to stay forward focused out here. All right, let me see. Make sure we straight. Are we live on all platforms? Yes, we are. Yes, we are, bro. All right, so we finna get into today's topic. But them kids ain't mine. This topic is basically about the issues that you may go through as a father. What's up, Maurice? Hey, Maurice, good, man. Hey, I remember you from a video we did a long time ago, bro. That's what's up, man. Yeah. We got you. We in here, man. I see you, broski. But yeah, today's topic, man, is about how the father deals with dating a woman with children that are not yours, and it's basically discussing some of the issues that we go through as fathers, some of the positives, some of the negatives that we go through as fathers, or that you can go through as a father if you choose to date a woman. Hey man, appreciate that, broski. Maurice Dance King says, yeah, I see you, bro. Keep doing it, man. Great. That's what's up, man. Hey, if you want to learn how to dance, man, go holler at bro, man. I seen him dance a long time ago, and he was fire. So go check him out, man. But yeah, when you're dating a woman with children, you can run into a lot of issues, and if you're not mentally prepared and you don't have the vision and the focus to focus on that family while maintaining the relationship with your woman, you can run into a lot of issues. But before we jump into that topic, I want to share something with you guys that's pertaining to this issue. Pertaining to this issue, but it's a little sad. It has something to do with a young lady, a young girl, 2 years old, I believe, by the name of Nevaeh Allen, and it's a story coming out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And basically, there is a young man who's married to a young lady who has a few children, and some. Thanks, broski. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys right now, let you guys see it. This is coming from BET.com, Black Entertainment Network. this story isn't necessarily old. It's probably like about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks old. It originated around September 24th, I believe, was when the incident first happened. So what happened is, it says here that it's titled "Stepfather Arrested After Missing Baton Rouge Toddler Found Dead in Mississippi." All right, so to get to this point in the story where you find out about the child being missing and what happened with the child being found dead, here's the story, all right? So on September 24th in Baton Rouge, a man by the name of Philip Gardner was babysitting his stepdaughter while this is the supposed story. You can check this out online. The supposed story is Philip Gardner, who's married to a woman named Lanaya Cardwell. The toddler is the daughter of Lanaya Cardwell. Okay, so the stepfather, the story is the mother and the stepfather and the child drove the mother to work. I won't learn how to do this. Okay, cool. So the story is the stepfather drove the mother to work with the daughter in the back seat, right? And they dropped the mother off at work, and the stepfather and the daughter returned home. This is the supposed story. And the stepfather falls asleep on the couch with the children still up in the house. The stepfather wakes up from sleep, and he finds out that the door is wide open, and the missing child, Nevaeh Allen, is nowhere to be found. The mother then returns home. Lanaya Cardwell returns home, and she's greeted by neighbors in the apartment complex, that her daughter's missing. And there's reports that the stepfather, Philip Gardner, going through people's house. You seen that story? Yeah, Maurice says he saw that story. I just got hip to it 2 days ago, and I wanted to talk about it on today's show because my topic was going to be a little light about some positive that I can share with the men out here who are dating women with children and how to handle it. But this story right here is kind of like what could go wrong and how, if you mix a person who's not mentally sound and in a situation that's considered bad, and what you would do as a father, how you can destroy your life if you're not doing things the right way or you're not taking the right steps to prevent certain things. So this story here, like I said, the mother came home, found out that her daughter was missing. The neighbors in the neighborhoods saw the guy, Philip, running around the neighborhood asking people, have they seen the daughter? And that's the supposed story. Now, what happened 2 days later, I think the FBI found the daughter's body in Mississippi. Now, from Louisiana to Mississippi, that's a distance to travel. You got to wonder, how can the child in 2 days go from Louisiana to Mississippi, and it's a 2-year-old child? Did somebody take her? Did she catch a bus or whatever? You got to think, like, no 2-year-old is going to just end up in a different state out the blue. So here's what actually happened, right? And it's kind of sad. I'm trying to get myself focused to describe this story without putting too much of a smile on my face, because if anybody that knows me, I love children. By the way, my name is Alvin. I go by the name of Midway. Thanks, bro, for the sharing. Maurice says, great topic. I just shared this, man. Y'all, please share the content if you haven't already. This is a small platform. We're trying to grow the content, man. I want this platform to be something that brings a lot of black fathers specifically together, but fathers in general. Bring us together to come on this platform to talk about how we can be important, man. This show necessarily isn't to downplay the female's role, the lady's role, but it's definitely here to big up the father role, man. Because in America, we don't get any real attention or importance put out there to say that fathers are really important, man. So this show is to basically show the father's perspective, as our life, how we raise children, how we deal with our women, how we live, what's going on in our heads every day, man. This show is to show the importance of the father. So back to the story. So what happened was the stepfather and the mother of Philip and Lanaya were in the house, and the 2-year-old Nevaeh grabbed the mother's contacts, and the mother, Lanaya, punched the little 2-year-old in the stomach, and the Nevaeh, the child, fell back, hit her head on the counter, on the edge of the counter, right? And now this all comes from the confession of the guy Philip Gardner once the FBI investigates. He says that after she punches the child in the stomach, and what happens is, he says the mother grabs the daughter, goes in a different room, and he describes it as it sounded like two adults fighting. So if you take that, it sounds like the mother was very aggressive to this young, sweet, innocent, beautiful daughter. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures of it if you haven't seen her. This is the guy right here, Philip Gardner, and this is the little baby girl. You know, a picture of her. I'm gonna show you another picture as well. And this is the mother right here. This is the mother. Her name is Lanaya, and I'm gonna see if I got a little. No, this is the wrong story right here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here's a good one. Show you a little picture of this beautiful, beautiful young lady. Young, little sweet, little sweet little thing. Look at that face. Look at that face. You see that face? Look at that gorgeous face, man. How can you punch this any kid really, but your own child, this beautiful young baby girl, because she touched your contacts? Now this is reported from Philip, his testimony to the FBI, but he says that Lanaya, the mother of this child, punches her in the stomach, takes her in the room, and it sounded like two adults fighting, right? Later on, now check this out. This is when the story gets ridiculous. Now, after this mother, reported by Philip, punches her daughter in the stomach, 2-year-old daughter in the stomach, this little girl you see, takes her in the room, does whatever she does to her, more physical violence. She then gets Philip to drive her to work, right? Your daughter's crying, got a big knot on her forehead, crying from this trauma that she just went through, and the man gets his girlfriend, his wife, puts her in the car, puts the little girl who they just beat up in the car as well, drives the mother to work, turns around, drives back home, right? Then falls asleep on the couch with this little sweet, beautiful girl crying. No respect for anybody like this. So sad. Maurice, you're exactly right, man. No respect, right? You can't have respect for these parents at all. Cause that's some, man, I can't imagine doing that to a stranger's child, let alone my own beautiful child. You know what I mean? It makes no sense at all, man. So he goes to sleep. This kid is laying on it, complaining about, now this is from his testimony, complaining about stomach pains and being tired. He said that she was refusing food. So the child is just 2 years old and messed up, and the father ignores it, doesn't take it to the hospital, don't send it to his wife. He goes to sleep on the couch. He later wakes up. He finds the girl laying down on the floor and unresponsive. He tries to give her CPR, and it does not work. He says the body was laying there cold and lifeless. Now, guess what this fool do? Guess what this fool does? He gets scared. He packs up the little girl in a suitcase, leaves his phone at the house because he doesn't want the police to track him. His testimony. He drives to Mississippi and buries the body with the little girl's body in the suitcase. Right? That's the story he said. This man right here, Philip Gardner, let me go ahead and put a bigger picture up there. This man right here. Now this is his stepdaughter. It's not his child, it's his wife's child. Right? So as the man, now listen, that's your wife. We're not here to talk about her despicable behavior to her child. We're here to talk about you. This is the Father's Day show, sir. Philip, this is the Father's Day show. You're supposed to be a father. But them ain't your kids, right? You don't really gotta love them and take care of them and protect them like that. Cause they ain't your kids, right, big dog? Them ain't your kids. Just get rid of it. Let the mama just beat. Let the mama punch her in the stomach. Them ain't your kids. Let the mama take her in the room and continue more abuse, because them ain't your kids. I mean, what's the point? Them ain't your kids, right? You're just a stepdad. Drive to work. Drive the woman that just beat up your stepdaughter to work. Drop off. Come back home. Fall asleep with your bruised and battered stepdaughter over there, dog. Them ain't your kids, right? I mean, come on, man. You a man, right? You a man. You a father. But them ain't your kids. Right? I mean, think about it, Philip. As a father and as a man who has dated and is dating women with children, you have a responsibility, dog. First, Maurice said, should have been a man and stepped up and helped this. I was just about to say that. As the man of the household, your first responsibility is your spouse, and then together you guys' second responsibility, because you guys gotta run the household together, and everything after that falls. Second are the children, right? Now, if your other half is abusive to your children, they're your children by law and by relationship. They're your children when you marry that woman, and they're your by law, and they're your children by relationship because they live in the house with you. They look up to you. They see you as their father, as the first man in that house. You have a responsibility, young sir. Cynthia says he needs to be dealt with, because he being the father or not, he should have protected that baby, period. Exactly. You have a responsibility to those children. If that woman, your spouse, the one you're supposed to be in sync with, ain't in sync, she disciplined a child like that, soon as you saw that woman punch that little child in the stomach, you should have came to that child's aid while simultaneously checking your wife. Hey man, we don't do that. What are you doing? This is a baby. This is a baby. You punching, what's wrong with you? This is a baby. You need to go in the corner somewhere, get yourself together while I take this young child to the hospital to make sure she ain't got no internal bleeding. She just hit her head on the counter. She could have died right here. You ain't take this, instead of taking that child to the doggone, this man right here on the bottom of the screen, instead of taking, Maurice says amen and absolutely, instead of taking this child to the hospital to make sure she wasn't about to die or had any type of internal bruises, make sure her brain wasn't swelling, make sure this little 2-year-old who just got punched by a grown woman ain't dying. You as a father, as a man, but them kids ain't yours, right? You as a man, whatever. That's her kid. Take her in the room. That's your kid. Do what you want. That's your kid. Oh, you ready to go to work, baby? Hey, go ahead and get your badge, get your kid, get your lunch, get you a lunch bag. Come on, I'm taking you to work. That's more important, right? I mean, I'm the man. You know, I'm a father. Your job is more important. And what's crazy, I don't know if I can play the audio. I'm gonna go to Twitter, right? Or it's making me sign up. It's making me log in. You can go to Twitter. I'm gonna see if it's gonna show the video. I doubt it's gonna play the video of the mother's testimony. You guys have to see the testimony of the mother. This is what the video looks like right here, right? This is the mother right here, and this is her testimony to the news crew. The day that it happened, it says on the bottom here, you can see the date where it says September 24th. This is the date that this happened. Go on Twitter or Google the story. Just type in Nevaeh Allen, N-A-V-A-E-H Allen, missing. Make sure you put the missing behind it so it'll bring up, because the story was updated with the news sources. So put Nevaeh Allen missing, and you should be able to find the stories from the Louisiana news companies in Louisiana that has this interview, right? Or you can just go on Twitter and probably type in Nevaeh Allen and go through the searches. In this interview, the mother, this woman right here, her name is Lanaya Cardwell. This is her daughter that she witnessed. Well, she's the one that hit her daughter in the stomach and did all that stuff to her. She comes to the news as if nothing happened. She's crying, putting on the show. I'm gonna play it. I doubt it's gonna have the sound, I doubt it's gonna have the sound. Let me see if I can. No, I doubt it's gonna have the sound. But this little act she puts on, just you know what? Let me see if I can play this video. I'm gonna get this video played, bro. Hold on, we finna get this together. Let me cut the audio up. I don't know if this is gonna cause demonetization issues or what. I'm not monetized no way, so I don't give a damn. Y'all gotta hear this. She's putting on a show for the cameras. I'm cutting the volume up right now on this TV. I got my secondary screen hooked up to a TV. I'm gonna try to make some noise right here, cuz see if we can get this thing playing. Y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear this. I doubt it, but
I don't know what could have happened. I don't know what went wrong. I wish I would have stayed home from work. I don't know. I don't know. That's all I know. This morning I woke up, me and Nevaeh went to the store. I had to be at work for 8:15. I brought her to the corner store with me. I got her some snacks, some apple juice. We came back home. I finished getting ready for work. Nevaeh, the little girl, my little boy, and her daddy brought me to work, and that's the last time I see my baby. The last time I see my baby was before I went to work when I got dropped off. That's all. When I went to work, she had on her yellow dress with the pineapples on it, and she should have still had on that dress.
Now, if you guys heard that, it's Cynthia Sage, we hear it. All right, so just stop and think for a minute, right? What you just saw was the mother who just beat up her daughter, killed her daughter, went to work, worked the shift, came home and gave a fake testimony that her daughter is missing. You don't see no tears on her face. Oh, my daughter, I went to work, my kids. You just murdered your child. No emotion. A lie and still went to work. Man, I cry when I don't see my kids for more than 2 weeks. Cause they're with their moms. And I'm having issues with their moms and can't see them. I cry. Now, if I murder my child and go to work, I can't even fathom doing that. But if my child is dead, I'm destroyed. I'm probably so messed up mentally. I can't do an interview. Let alone go to work the shift, come home and put on a fake one. She's evil. That woman is evil, right? But guess what? How can she work that day? This is the devil. Maurice says this is the devil. I agree. But check this out though. This is the Father's Day show, right? That woman is evil, very clearly. But guess what you are, Mr. Philip Caldwell? I want to cuss you out right now, but I'm trying to keep this show a little straight, I guess. And thank you guys for tuning in to the Father's Day show, man. You don't have to be here, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. This Father's Day concept is something very dear to me. I decided to do this about 4 or 5 years ago, but because of my procrastination and my issues with just life, period, I'm just not getting this thing started up about 2 months ago. If you want to catch all the past episodes, go to SPMediaTV with no spaces, SPMediaTV on YouTube. Click on the channel page, go to the playlist, and find the Father's Day content. You'll find all the Father's Day episodes and content there. Now back to what I was saying. This is the Father's Day show. Fathers, we have to be accountable. Me, I fuck up a lot. I correct myself a lot. I do a lot of right. But when I mess up, I look myself in the mirror and say I messed up. When I mess up to my children, I look them in the face and say I messed up. This is what I did wrong. I'm self-correcting. I'm a man of integrity when it comes to my children. I don't play about my kids, man. When I'm with a woman, who has children. I don't play about them kids, man. Philip, you not only with this woman, you married that girl. You made it your responsibility to take care of, protect, provide, and secure a lifestyle of prosperity for them children. But you allow your wife to do this to your stepchildren. She evil, true that. But we're not here to talk about her. This is the Father's Day show, big dog. You, Philip, how are you sitting there as this woman is attacking your stepdaughter? This beautiful little girl that you made a choice to enter into her life. This beautiful little girl that you made a choice to raise her. This beautiful little girl that you made a choice to protect her. You allow your wife to attack your beautiful little stepdaughter, kill her, then you help dispose of the fucking body, you piece of shit. Let me calm down. You piece of shit. You piece of shit. In a fucking suitcase, net, my dog. You put your lovely, beautiful stepdaughter in a suitcase, drive 2 states. Hey, this is premeditated. You left your phone at the house to prevent the police from tracking you. Your words. You knew what the fuck you was doing. Look how you look, dog. Now, I got dreads. I'm 6'2". I'm a big, strong, big motherfucking black dude, right? I strike fear in the eyes of some white people. I'm a walking stereotype. I get pulled over, police fucking me up and getting away with it. Right? We gotta tread cautiously. You, my friend, look, fuck that. You puss ass nigga. You look like the stereotype. And I'm saying this because this whole show is about changing that narrative, dog. I want to be able to look how I look because my culture looks like this. But I don't want to be disrespected as a father because of the bad stereotypes that people that look like us put on us. America don't give a fuck about the man that look like me who taking care of his children. That story gets erased, if heard at all. But stories like this one get all over the world. And then when you look like how we look, big dog, big, black, and hairy, this perpetuates that stereotype that people who look like us ain't taking care of our children. And I got a problem with that. The woman, she evil. Fuck her. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But when it comes to us men, bro, we gotta be bigger than that, man. This beautiful little girl, dog. I'm in this mug. I'm trying to be calm on this thing, dog. I'm trying to be calm, man. Cause I ain't even really I had other points or topics I wanted to talk about when it comes to being with children. Being with a woman with children that's not yours. But this story is captivating me, man, because, man, children are precious, man. Children are precious. And fathers, man, we got a responsibility to make sure that we hold our family down. This is like the ultimate disrespect, dog. Like, bro, you look like us. We big black dudes with hair. We look like a walking stereotype. So stories like this, they just it sets us back so fucking far. Man, that's a beautiful young girl, man. Whole life ahead of her. All she knows is positivity, because young minds, they're not bruised and damaged like us adults are. We've seen trauma, we've seen pain, we've lived through having to do stuff that we don't want to do just to make sure we can take care of our family. We've been messed up out here. Children are blank canvases. You had an opportunity to show her love forever. You had an opportunity to show her life, to show her wisdom, to show her encouragement, to show her motivation. Instead, you chose to sit your pussy ass back and let her mama kill her. And as a thank you to this little girl named Nevaeh Allen, You chose to put her body in a damn suitcase, drive her to another state, and bury her. That's what you did as a father, bruh. As a father. Man, I'm live. I'm live, bro. I want to pause this shit so bad and take a break. Let me move past this, man. Alright, so let me relax. My main topics for today, but them kids ain't yours. I titled it that because of a mentality that I want to kind of destroy with this episode, and I introduced the show with that story coming up out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because it is that story about Nevaeh Allen is the epitome of what happens when you're not in tune with the things I'm about to say. I'm trying to gather myself, y'all. My bad. I'm trying to get myself together mentally. Forgive me, y'all. All right, so listen. I got a couple key points that I'm gonna touch on. It's 8 points. I'm gonna touch on them real quick. I don't want to keep you guys long because it is late, and I want to be done before 10 o'clock so you guys can finish this show. Of course, you can watch it whenever you want on Facebook and YouTube, but this is a live stream, so we're gonna keep it moving. So when it comes to raising children, my aunt says, nephew, as much as I love you. As much as I love you, love children. I know you're hurting from this one. Maybe the next cycle will get it right. And people that know me on in real life, man, they know I have a deep connection with my children. I've gone through some traumatic times with my own children in my own life. I cling to children. When I date a woman who has children, I tend to give those children more love than I give a spouse. But they love it. And through these journeys of having controversies with my own children's mothers and the respect I get from the women I date, it's taught me. I have had good and bad by being a parent to my children and children who aren't mine. So these things I'm about to talk about real quick, I think I got a little bit of insight on this, even though I'm not some professional or whatever. So the first topic is being an influence to them. I'm gonna hit these topics real quick. I'm not gonna spend too much time on because it is late. Being an influence to them. One of the things you have to do as a father when it comes to being with a woman who has kids that aren't yours is the type of influence you have. Now, when it comes to, let's say she has young kids, young boys, right? When you enter into that woman's life, you enter into those children's lives as well. The influence that you're gonna have on those children is gonna weigh tremendously on them, because guess what? They are emotionally tied already to their mother, not you. So when you enter into their lives, they're gonna be more focused on you than their mother, because you're new, you're something different. Who is this guy, right? Now, if the mothers did her due diligence, she's dated you and vetted you out long before she even introduced you to her children. So if you got to the point where you're around her children regularly to where they can talk to you, they call you Mr. Al or whatever, at that point, she's handed you a plate of responsibility because she feels that your influence on her children will be something of positivity. So you got to make sure that you're teaching those children life lessons. You got to make sure that you're being a positive role model in their lives. You got to make sure that you're influencing them to do the right thing, keep on their best behavior, respect their mom, respect you. Your influence on them has to be of a positive nature, and you got to make sure you do that not only to help those children, but to show the woman that you didn't make a bad mistake by giving me this power to be in your kids' lives. The next topic is, I'm sorry, about the boys. When it comes to young men, listen. One day that young child may be in your situation where he's with a woman raising children that aren't his. You don't want to treat that young boy in a disrespectful or negative manner, because that will stay with him, and he has the potential to do that to his future lady's children if he is in that situation. So be a walking role model of positivity, of positive influence on those children, especially those young boys. As a father, disciplining. Now, disciplining is the next topic. Disciplining can be a tricky one because there's two different scenarios. The first scenario is if the father is still in the children's lives. How do you go about disciplining those children in that household that aren't yours? The second one is if the father is not in the children's lives, to be able to discipline them. How do you deal with that? So the first one, if the father is in their children's lives, as a man, as a father, I believe it's your responsibility to partner with that man who's their real father while communicating with your spouse. It should be a team effort, right? Even though you're the guardian of those children, if that father is still active in those children's lives, he has just as much authority, I believe, as you have when it comes to discipline, if not more. You're with that woman first and the children second. The father, though, isn't with that woman, so he's with those children first and you guys second, if at all. So because of that dynamic, I believe it's very important that you communicate with that father on how to discipline and when to discipline that child. If the ideal situation would be to be able to have that guy's number and say, hey man, your son is acting up in school. How should we go about taking care of this situation? As opposed to you just disciplining the child and then consulting with the parent later. Now, there are some situations where you have to be an in the moment discipline. That's different. If you guys have a communication and you guys have the okay, the woman gives you the okay to discipline the child in the moment, that's different. But overall, I think it's healthy for the three parent dynamic if there's communication with that active father on how you discipline that child moving forward. If the father is not there, then it's purely between you and your spouse on what goes on. You have first say so in that child's life based on the relationship you have with the woman if that father is not there. Moving on, distribution of love to different kids. Now, if you're a father out there, you got multiple children in different households or multiple children. Cynthia says, to become a part of children's lives also is to listen and teach with understanding, because children has opinions also. Trust comes through listening to children also. I do believe that. Like children, one thing I do with my children, I don't necessarily discipline my children. I discipline with like physical behavior. I discipline them with communication. You know, if they do something wrong, I ask them, what did they do wrong? If they lie to me and I know what's going on, I say, here's your chance to be honest. You're not going to get a whooping. We're here to talk about what you did wrong so I can figure it out. You can know what you did wrong, know why you did it wrong, know how to avoid it for the future. So I kind of discipline my children with information. And that requires me listening to them and hearing their point of view. I remember growing up in my mom's house. I was a very intellectual child growing up when I look back at it. And there was a lot of times I got disciplined by my mom, but I had insight that if she would have stopped to listen to me and not been so mad, that if she would have just talked to me, she would have known what was really going on. But I felt like, damn, mama just want to be mad and whoop me. She don't ever want to listen to me, man. I got stuff to say. If you're an effective parent, man, take the time to listen to your children, especially as they're growing older, when they're able to articulate things better. Children have opinions as well. Now, of course, they may be trying to talk so they can get out of getting a whooping, but there's nothing wrong with a back and forth dialect with your children to help them understand why they're wrong, understand why they're getting disciplined, understand why they're about to get this whooping. You know what I mean? So children do need to be listened to as well. When it comes to distributing the love, now if you got your own children, there's times when your own children can feel like, Dad, you loving on this kid, on brother or sister more than me. And when you have that connection with your own children, you don't want any of your children to feel like you love one more than the other. So you try your hardest to prevent that. But when it comes to children that aren't yours, we may not be as attentive to that distribution of love, how we're giving it to children that may not be ours. So I say this is an important topic because once you enter into those children's lives and you're a positive effect on their lives, they're going to look up to you and want love from you just the same as they want it from their biological mother. And if you aren't aware of how you're making sure they feel loved equally, they may feel like you're neglecting them. They may feel like you don't really care about them as much as you should, when that may not be the case. It just may be that you're not paying attention to their needs and their call signs of, oh, this one is feeling a little less love. This one is feeling a little like they get all the attention. So you gotta make sure you're keeping an awareness and the balance of that to make sure those kids feel like they're treated just as good as the other. And that brings me to my next topic, which is, if you have kids that live with you, if you have your own children and they live with you and they also live with, well, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this right. You have a woman who has children, but you come into the relationship with children of your own and all y'all live together. You have to be very careful to not, I guess, show too much attention to your own children, too much love and care for your own children, and not give the same to the children that aren't yours. You need to make sure you're loving them equally. Cynthia also says, as a parent with different children, you have to address different personalities and deal with them on their personal personality. That's very important. Children are, like I said, they're blank canvases. They're going through hundreds of changes on a daily basis, and because of that, they're trying to find themselves. So they're taking in so much information. Everything is hitting and landing because they don't know who they are. So if they're, oh, well, let me try this, let me try this, let me do this, let me do that. And it's a whole bunch of personalities because they have a lot of influences. And then you're all living together. So all of these crazy personalities are crashing. That's why brothers and sisters tend to fight a lot, especially when they're step brother and step sister. There's a lot of things going on. So as a parent, as a father, you got to be aware of what's going on in their mind from their perspective as well. So you may see child number one who's a loner. I have a daughter, my oldest daughter. She's a loner. She can be by herself in the room coloring and painting. You would never know she was in there unless you open the door and saw her. I have another child who's chaotic. This girl, my youngest daughter, you gonna know she around. You gonna know she around. Trust me when I tell you. My youngest baby girl is a monster. She's an active one, right? So, two different personalities. When they're together, the young spark puts a spark in her big sister. But so the big sister who's mellow gets more spunk. But because she's mellow, she calms down her younger sister, so they're kind of equal and leveled out. Now, if an issue arises in that situation, the oldest daughter, who's passive, wants to find her way out of it through distancing herself, while the aggressive one wants to argue her way out of it. Or she want to fight. She want to, but daddy, no, point blaming all that. When my oldest daughter was shut down. Right. Well, I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't know. And try to lie a way out of it, but with sweetness. So, as a parent, you got to be able to. Let's say both of them got in trouble at the same time. You got to be able to talk to both children at the same time while getting to the bottom of it, but don't attack the peaceful one too much, because you got to kind of meet them at where they're at as children. You got to be able to read their personalities and stay on top of it to be able to get the most out of your children in situations of distress. You gotta pretty much know your children. So when it comes to showing them love equally, you gotta be aware of how these children are processing the information coming into them. Because guess what? My oldest daughter, who's a loner, you ain't gotta show her too much attention because she's by herself, not making any noise. But the one who's super active, you're going to always be interacting with her, telling her to stop, calm down, be quiet, do all this and that. And you need to be aware that maybe your silent daughter is like, why is dad always interacting with younger sister? Does he love her more? As a parent, you just saying, I'm interacting with her because she's crazy. I'm trying to get her to calm down. But you don't know, if you're not aware of it, you may not be aware that your other daughter is seeing that interaction as if he's paying more attention to her, therefore he may love her more. You got to be on top of this. And if these are separate children who aren't sure, like you, as the father, you just got to be ahead of the game, man. You got to be advanced. You got to know what all this stuff at the same. You got to know what's going on in your head, as well as your children's head, as well as your lady's head, and be ahead of it so that you can control the drama in the household. Now I'm going long, but I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I got 3 more points and we out of here. What to do if those children are rejecting you? If you in the household with your woman and then she got children, and those children ain't funking with you, you got a problem. Now that's gonna bleed into my last topic about this. But you got a problem. You love your woman, and your first responsibility is your woman. Then the children come second. A very, 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 very close second. I deal with this from my mom, from my 2 grandgirls. One is 5 and the other is 12. Cynthia's talking about the issue with the 2 children, one being silent, one being super active. Yeah, that dealing with recognizing their personalities and dealing with them on the equal level, into where they both feel love, and to where you're not going crazy as the parent. That's a tough task, man. If the children are rejecting you in the household and you're trying to manage the relationship with your woman while trying to gain the love and trust and care of the children, that can be a tough task. For me, I've never had that problem personally, but I can understand the dilemma that one would be in. And I would think that the thing you have to do is come to your woman first. Come to your woman and say, "Hey, baby," talk to her. Get to those children through the woman first, because they love and trust their mother. To you somebody foreign. They ain't really messing with you. They're rejecting your love. They're rejecting your attention. They're rejecting your authority. So get to the mother. Have the mother talk to the children. Have both of you guys come together and talk to the children. Deal with the children. Let the children know. Reassure them of their love. I mean, of their mental state by saying, "Man, I know you're upset because I'm not your dad, but I love you. I know you may not trust me, but let me show you why you can. I know you think I'm just here to attack you, but let me show you that I'm not. I'm your friend." You gotta be more vulnerable to a child who's rejecting you if those children aren't yours. Man, you got a responsibility as a father. It's your household. And by your, when I say your, I don't mean it's only your. By your, I mean you're the man, you're supposed to lead, but you lead with your woman. Y'all lead together. It's a 50-50, no, it's a 100-100 relationship. Y'all together, but as the man, you can't fall behind. You the rock of that household. Or at least you should be if you're the man. That's what the man should be, I believe. So if you're the man and you dealing with children who are rejecting you, it's your responsibility, not those children. It's your responsibility to get them on board. It's not their responsibility to come on board. It's your responsibility to get them on board. Because to not do so can cause chaos in the household with you and your spouse. Your spouse ain't letting them kids go. Big dog, you can leave, but the mama can't go nowhere because them her babies, right? And if you love that woman, you're supposed to love them kids. And if you love them kids and you having static, you're supposed to repair that relationship with those children. So I believe the easiest way to go is to talk to your woman and say, "Hey, babe, I'm struggling with these kids. Tell me what's going on with little Jacob. Why is little Jacob a little stressed out? Why when I try to go play basketball with little Jacob, he does this and does that. Help me figure this thing out." And then getting information from the wife, from your girl, you bring that back to the child and you try to implement that. You ask the questions. You ask questions so that kid can't get too much of it. I say the more you interact with them children, they're gonna be forced to open up. Because if you messing with me, AP a fun dad. AP have fun. AP is interactive. You ain't finna be my child or be in my household around me not having fun, not enjoying yourself, not being creative, not being spontaneous. Cause that's me. I'm a big ass kid. You know? I'm mellow like my oldest daughter. I keep to myself a lot. But when I'm to myself, my brain moving 1,000 miles an hour. So much so, I feel like I never get stuff done because my ADHD, when it comes to ideas and creativity, is all over the place. Hell, I was sitting on this Father's Day idea 5, 6, 7, 8 years. You know? But that's neither here nor there. We're going to keep on moving on because it is getting late. The show is at 50 minutes. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. This show is a growing concept. I want to get this show out there, man. My main goal, there's one thing I want to do with this show that's I feel is amazing. I've had problems with my children's mothers. Some to this day. And I got a couple of them. You know, I grew up, I'm a young black man in America. I was slanging wood. I was in relationships now. But I had children with multiple women. And one thing I've always wanted to do with my children's moms is sit down and have an educated, responsible, and logical conversation about how we can come together and fix our issues to be co-parents to greatly raise our beautiful children. So what I want to do with this show is get to a point where at least once every 2 or 3 shows have a baby mama and a baby father who having disagreements come on this show and talk it out and not mediate. I think that is such a powerful tool when it comes to reviving. One thing that we have, especially my generation, between the 25 to 40-year-old, well, I say between the 30 to 40-year-old black men, we got baby mama drama like a mug, man. It exists everywhere, but I can relate to my age group and my culture, man. Baby mama drama in the young black male culture is destroying our babies, man. It's a lot of us like me who love our children, love our their lives and want to be there, but we can't or we not because we're going through issues with our baby moms, man, and that needs to stop. And I think it, for me, who's a logical person, I think that can easily be solved by just a good decent conversation. Sit down and let that woman tell you everything about that she don't like about you, and you listen to it. And then she sit down and let you tell everything you don't like about it. Get it out on the table. And I guarantee you it's a bunch of fucking bullshit, selfish, emotional bullshit that can easily be solved by honesty and a conversation. And y'all might not have to be together, but if y'all can put y'all BS to the side and work together, I don't give a damn how y'all ended in how bad it got. It can easily be solved because these kids don't give a damn about what you're going through with your ex-spouse. They only want the love and care of their parents. They deserve that, man. I can't stand arguing with my baby mamas. That's why I don't. I try my best to always look for solutions. I want to have conversations with them. Sometimes they're not on board, but I'm going to stay on board because I'm going to do what I got to do. But I would love to have this damn platform bring a baby mom and a baby father who fighting to come together and talk out their differences, man, and get to the bottom of it, get rid of it, and work together to raise these babies out here. I love children like a mug, bruh, but I love the dynamic of the mother, father, and the child. That dynamic is unbelievable, man. That's black people. Now, this show is for all fathers, but my focus is on the black community because I feel like, 1, I relate. 2, I feel like we're in the most distress. And 3, I believe we need the most help, and we can do it if we focus. Well, let me get to this last topic, and then we're going to get up out of here. All right? Well, it's 2 more, and then we're going to be up out of here. The last one on this part, if your spouse has a problem with how you're parenting her kids. Now, in Israel, welcome to the chat, Israel, welcome back, welcome black. Israel says you're absolutely right. She probably talking about everything I say, you know what I'm saying? Because when I talk, wisdom come out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Nappy beard, hello. If your spouse has a problem with how you're parenting, I think the obvious thing to do is talk to your spouse. But as a father, as a man, don't come with defense on mine. If she has a problem and that's your spouse, you need to listen to her. Not saying she's right, but definitely not saying she's wrong. Because just because you may not see it as a problem, your spouse does see it as a problem. So you need to recognize that first. Give this woman the respect of her claim. Now, if she comes with the claim, hey, spouse, I'm gonna use me. Hey, Alvin, I don't like the way you do blah, blah, blah. I got a problem with the blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna say, okay, cool. You voiced your problem. Tell me why. Listen to her why. If those whys are justified and they're true, put your feelings to the side, big dog. You a man. Man up. Feelings to the side. Respect your woman. If those problems if she explains the why and those problems are true and they're adjustable, work with her to get rid of it. Now, I'm not saying you got to stop parenting the way you parent, but I am saying be cognizant of how you're doing it. Because if what you're doing is causing problems with your spouse and she makes you aware of it, you need to say, hey, I need to check myself and see if I can get the same effect, but do it a different way. You got to address her problem. So I'm not saying stop being a parent, stop trying to do whatever you got to do. Still parent, but take in consideration how your spouse is feeling about how you parent. Because guess what? They're y'all children together. You with her, which means you with her kids. So she got to respect how you parent just as well, which means you got to respect her opinion, and vice versa. You got to respect how she parents, and she got to respect your opinion. Y'all got to come together. It's just like I talk about. I want this show to be about coming together. Come together with your spouse. Cynthia says, any mother or father that needs to discuss their parenting issues, please contact Alvin Midway person. Leave your contact info. I'm definitely sure. Hey, listen, guys, if you want to be, if you got a problem, especially fathers, if you got a problem with your baby mama and she's not listening to you, you want to talk to her, but you can't get on the phone. She on the phone, but she always hang up when you start talking. I got that issue. Baby mamas want to hang up when you try to voice your opinion because they don't want to hear you. Hey, hit up the Facebook page. Type in Father's Day Show. Father's Day Show. FATHER''SDAYSHOW. Father's Day Show. It'll pop up. You'll see a big red and black, a red FD with a black background. That's the Father's Day Show Facebook page. Send the show a message. Leave your name, your number, the name of your baby mom, and a brief description of the issue that you're having, and we'll try to get with you guys to get on the show. Cynthia also said this show will be for the greater of the children. Yes, man. This show, the focus, like I said in the beginning, is not to beat down the role of the mother, but it is definitely here to big up the role of the father. Fathers, we need a voice. We not being heard. And I believe that if we come together and put power and meaning and honesty behind our voice, we can have a greater impact not only in the lives of our children, but the relationships we have with our children's mothers. It is very important that we make this a goal to change the dynamic of how America sees us, man, especially the black father, man. I love us. I've been around so many positive black fathers who suffering out here because they can't see their kids, they can't relate to their baby mamas because they're not talking to them, they're not letting them see their kids. It's just like, it's unnecessary, man. And but if you got an issue with your baby mama, you want to talk to her, man, hit me up on the show, Father's Day Show on Facebook. We will get in contact with you. We'll try to get her on the show, and we got you guys can talk it out, man. And it's different when you're talking to her on the phone or in person, but if you can get somebody else to listen to your conversation and give a third perspective and be honest, because I'm gonna be honest, I ain't gonna let y'all BS on each other, man. If it's some old nonsense, I'm gonna let you know about it. We're gonna get to the bottom of it, man. So contact the show, Father's Day Show, if you want to be on here and discuss some issues with your baby mama. Also, baby mama, if you want to talk to your baby daddy, get them on the show. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. The last topic. Oh yeah. If your spouse is have a problem with it, like I said, communicate with each other, listen to each other, communicate, listen, and heed the advice, make the changes. That's how you do that. The last topic is fuck them kids. Fuck them kids, huh? This is, when is it time to leave? Now, this whole show after the Nevaeh Allen thing is talking about how we can keep the family together, how we can be positive about it. But guess what? Not all situations, not all circumstances have a solution that involve positivity. Sometimes it may just be time to go. So how do you recognize when it's time to step back? One, I think, depending on the age of the children. If the children are younger, that's manageable in my eyes. Like, by younger, I mean like 8 and under. Because they still got some growing to do. They still can be influenced. They still can be changed mentally. If them kids like 13, 14 and they becoming themselves, that's a huge problem. One of two things if the children are older, 13, 14, 15. They're pretty much becoming themselves. So I think if you can't get to those children and you're having too much problems with them and you and your spouse are always arguing, it may be okay to exit that situation, because those children have a lot of growing to do. You have a lot of living to do as your own. And if the relationship with your spouse ain't getting no better, it may not help to stay in that negative atmosphere trying to force change if it's not there. Life is too short. It's too many people out here that you can go out here and start a life with to be trying to force change on people. Sometimes you may not just be a good fit. If you've exhausted all your positive possibilities and they're not working, then it may not be the problem. It may just be you. You may not be a good fit for that family, or you may be a good fit, but they may be so much negativity already in the air cultivating with minds that's not gonna change. An 8-year-old might change his mind. A 15-year-old ain't changing his mind too, so you might need to leave that situation. But if you want to stay, because look, check this out. If they 14, 15, 16, they about to get out. In about 2-3 more years, they about to get out. If they want to cling around, they might get out around about 5-6 more years, around that 20, 21, 22. But they about to get out. You can walk around the house naked and make things right with your woman. So you might want to say, I stick it out. You can stick it out then. But I say, if you want to stick it out in that situation, I say go to their father. Even if that man ain't in their life, a teenage boy especially who ain't trying to listen, get his real daddy involved. Now you got two male role models in that kid's life. One is the one he see every day, which is you, and two, which is his biological daddy who's saying, hey son, you my seed. We can't have you fucking up like that. If you choose to stay, get that man involved. How about that? Huh? But if you want to leave, man, be calculated, man. Children are very sensitive to the influence of the adults, especially young children like 4, 5, 6, 7, and older children like 15, 16. When they got the peer pressure and they're able to be influenced by peers, but they're old enough to take in the information of logic. You know, you're able to sit down with a 15-year-old and say, hey son, I know you're going through this with the teenager. I know you're going through this with the hate me and the peer pressure and all that bullshit. But listen, dog, I'm here for you. And you can sit down with a teenager and give them intellect to combat their adolescence. And if you're good at it, you can get through to them. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right there, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. This topic is a great one. I think it can be discussed in detail a little bit more. Sorry about my outburst in the beginning about the Nevaeh Allen story. Again, if you guys want to find out about Nevaeh Allen, this is her, this beautiful little girl right here on the bottom of the screen. Go ahead and look up Nevaeh Allen and find out more about that story, man. It touched me to the core, man. And I found out about it 2 or 3 days before I was about to do this show, and I had to touch on it, man. Again, I'm not gonna go too much into that, because like I said, that topic right there, that'll get me heated, man. Again, this is the Father's Day show on SPMediaTV. Please, guys, subscribe to the Facebook page. To the YouTube page. Go to SPMediaTV in the search bar. Click on the channel page. Go to the playlist. Click on the Father's Day playlist to find all the content. Subscribe to the page. Share this content. If you want to watch on Facebook, join our Facebook page. Our Father's Day show on Facebook. Father's Day show on Facebook. Hit the follow button. Invite all your friends to like the page as well. Share the videos. Post topics. If you want me to cover a topic on the show, go to the Facebook page. Type in topic in bold letters, and then type the topic in underneath it. So I'll be able to see it and we can discuss it. If you want to be on the show, write a message to the page. You can be on the show depending on how we operate. If you out of state, I don't know about that, Playboy. We might be able to do a Zoom call thing. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not gonna hold you long. I'm gonna show a little quick video. It's gonna be a little silent, but it'll show you how the damn searches on YouTube and stuff, all that. Alright, and that's how you find us on YouTube, man. Again, I want to tell you this. It's not just any day. It's Father's Day, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the show. We'll be back next Sunday on times, 8 o'clock. I might start the show at 7:30, man, just to go ahead and let you guys get back to your football. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. We out of here, man. Peace.